Heading up to the flea market right now. Actually, it's not really a flea market. It's more of like a... It's just one guy that owns it, and so I guess you can't really call it a flea market, but that's what the name of the store is. It's up in...
pawn shop.
It's more of a pawn shop that doesn't do pawns, I guess you could say. And there's a cup. Yeah, just had to drop some stuff off the post office. Got my Nintendo Power for the ride up there. It's only about 20 minutes, so... Alright, so we're coming up on the shop here, the flea market as it's called. I don't know, it's in, yeah, like I said, it's in a really sketchy place. There's like, it's up on an old like Air Force base, and like, I don't know, this is the
Main drag, right?
The main drag of the Air Force, the old Air Force base. But anyway, it's up here on the right. Just a sketchy, shady parking lot. No one's ever here. I think I've only seen one other like old lady in the store while I've been here before. But anyway, I'm gonna shut the camera off. I don't know if I'm sure he doesn't want us filming, but it's in a separate room, so I should be able to get some footage once we get in there. All right. So here we are in the game room. This is kind of the dark portion. There's a whole other room in there, but as you can see, just
Box of
Atari games box back there. Genesis, N64.
What is this?
N64.
Fairchild.
A bunch of random stuff. There's a ton more games in the other room. I'll see if I can get some footage of that if that light will turn on. But just Odysseys, 64, PlayStation stuff. There's a Saturn down there. There's a bunch of boxes. I've looked through these before. They're just filled with systems, GameCubes, Dreamcast, Genesis, some handhelds, Sega Saturn games, some more Genesis. I can't really film in here, but there's a bunch more games in there. I'll see if I can get that light to turn on. Alright, I'm gonna look around for a second. Okay, so it's still kind of dark, but you can see the walls are just lined with games. There's a glass case down here with all the NES games and a couple rows of them up there. And there's a bunch more N64 games there and some newer games over there. But just all the way around, it's just games. See if we can find some stuff here. Alright, so we're just leaving the flea market now. Got a pretty good deal. Didn't get as much as we normally get. We pretty much cleaned that place out, and they don't get a whole lot of new. He won't take a whole lot of new stuff because the stuff he has is just sitting there. Just kind of gives us a reason to come back, because I know I can get a bunch of those NES games for real cheap. He tries to sell them for $5 each, but I know he'll take less. Usually we just come up here and get just a bin of stuff and offer him a price. And kind of found a pattern. Whatever you offer him, he ups it $5, and that's what he'll take. So all this stuff you're about to see, I offered him 20 bucks for it, which I thought was real low, and he countered with 25 because he said he didn't have the. It's real hot up here, and he just didn't want to go through it all. And anyway, here's what we got. I got
sorry, I'm going slow.
Home Run for the Atari. This is just the box. I have the game at my house, and he had a Home Run game, but it wasn't the one. It wasn't the one that had the art on the cartridge. So. I don't know if I'd have that one or not, but I took the box because I knew he's not going to charge me anything for this. So, all right, next, another Atari game. I bought this for curiosity's sake. It doesn't have a label. It's a Parker Brothers game, and I'm assuming it's either Frogger or the last time I had a game like this, it ended up being Star Wars. But you never know. Might get lucky. Does the Atlantis cartridge look like this or no?
No, it does not.
Okay, anyway, so it's not Atlantis 2, but anyway, there's that. Next up, got some NES games for my buddy driving here. There he is. Actually, one for him, one for me. Ice hockey, he just wanted this one classic. Had a $3 price tag on it, but just threw that in there. I've been wanting this game. I had it at one point and I sold it. Gold Medal Challenge, not a real great game, but I was just pissed that I sold it. I swore again. All right, anyway, well, yeah, and then it's a little beat up there, but I'll be able to get that off. And then also for my buddy up there, Top Gear 2, I've already got it, but he wanted it, so. Now onto some other stuff here. I was hoping we could find a bunch of N64 controllers, and this is the only one we could find. It's an off-brand, so, but it's the only one they had, so I'll take it. Sega Dreamcast controller. I was looking for. I have a bunch of these, but I only have one that's official Dreamcast brand there. So I grabbed this one and I threw the rumble pack in it just because I knew it'd be free if I threw it in there. I was looking for some VMUs, but they actually had a VMU in the glass case up in front of the counter, but those all have set prices on them. So I wasn't even going to bother asking him to take those up because I know he doesn't. He wouldn't budge much off of the price sticker that he had on them. Then I got a Sega Saturn controller. I have a system at my house that I'm trying to sell, and I needed a controller for it. I was mad that I couldn't find the AV cord for it. They're pretty hard to find. They're not the same as the Genesis. It looks exactly the same that you put in the back, but it's not the same. So I grabbed that controller, and then I found this. There's a bunch of these. I only grabbed one. It's just a generic power cord. It'll work with the Saturn though. So get that AV cord and sell that. And then I got a GameCube. Just the system. I have the adapters at my house, and I just found 2 controllers at Goodwill the other day. So I'm hoping I can sell this with those 2 controllers, and I have an AV cord for it. They had a blue one there, an indigo one, like the original one, and I wanted to get that, but the reset button was pretty chewed up. So I grabbed this one instead. Plus the controllers I have are black, so it'll match it better. And then finally, what could potentially be my big find, I don't know how I missed this the other 2 times, but Sega Saturn Mortal Kombat Trilogy. And I don't know how I passed this up the last 2 times. They have a bunch of Saturn games that you can see in the footage, but this was the only one really that wasn't a sports game. I mean, I can remember Virtua Fighter 2 they had, and let's see, what else did they have? High Octane, I think, were the only other 2 that weren't sports games. So you can tell they were picked through. But anyway, I'll open this up. So open this up, and there's Mortal Kombat Trilogy. And I looked this up on my phone. I had my phone when we were in there, so I could go on eBay and stuff and, you know, check it out. See if I can get some rare games. This one I looked up on eBay, and the lowest price I saw was $65, and I mean that was just what they were asking. You know, buy it now, and it was still sitting there. So I mean, obviously it's not worth that, but I think it's a pretty rare game. There's only 4 of them on there, so I was like, well, hell, you know. Might as well take a shot with it. I'll probably end up keeping it, but I'd really like to know how much it's worth. So if anyone knows, you know, feel free to leave a comment or something. The disc is pretty much flawless. I was surprised. Last time I got Die Hard Arcade from there last time I was up here, and that disc was terrible, just scratched to hell. But he buffed it out for me, and I was surprised that it actually worked. But oh, and then finally, I forgot to show this. They just had a ton of N64s in those boxes in the back, and I looked through all of them. Half of them didn't even have a jumper pack or an expansion in them. You know, the other half, or well, not the other half, I guess, the other 99% had the jumper pack, and then I found one that had the expansion pack, and I didn't even want to put the system up there because I knew that would up the price. I just took the pack out. I don't even know if he knew what it was, but I didn't feel bad about it because half the other ones didn't even have these in them, so people couldn't have bought them anyway. Not to mention there's no controllers or anything there anyway. But yeah, I'll be able to get all that off. But either stick this in a system and sell it if I can find another controller, or just sell it as is. You know, I think they go for, you know, $8 to $10 alone. So anyway, yeah, that was our trip to the flea market. There's a volleyball down there. I didn't get that there, but we were also looking for a DVD recorder, seeing if we could do some Let's Plays of like with the older systems. We're still trying to figure out how to do that. I don't really want to buy a capture card or anything, but I'm trying to find a cheap way to do that. But yeah, those are the haul for the day. You know, hopefully we'll be going back up there soon. I'm thinking about going back up there and seeing if I can just get a ton of NES games that I don't have, because I know he'll sell them for cheap, because I know he's looking to get rid of them, even though he has them priced for $5 each. So yeah, thanks for watching. Definitely subscribe. This is my first actual like flea market video, but I have a pickup video, and I'm hoping to get more of those up. So definitely subscribe, and I got some great finds that. So definitely subscribe, and thanks for watching. Have a good day.